Have you ever thought a simple traffic stop could turn deadly? In 1982, a California Highway Patrol officer faced this very nightmare. This is the story of speed, recklessness, and a devastating encounter. It begins on a sunny California day. A young lady, driving too fast, caught the attention of the officer. When the officer initiated the pullover, he had no idea what was about to unfold. Traffic stops are routine for police officers. However, this one would change everything. As the officer approached the vehicle, he followed protocol. He checked her license and registration. But something felt off. The driver's demeanor was unusual. In these moments, officers rely on instincts. Those instincts are shaped by training and experience. This time, instincts screamed caution. Suddenly, a shocking turn of events. The young lady brandished a weapon. In an instant, violence erupted. The officer was not prepared for this escalation. This tragic encounter highlights the risks that law enforcement faces daily. The traffic stop was meant to ensure safety. Instead, it became a scene of chaos. The case grabbed media attention. People questioned how this could happen. What led to such a violent reaction during a routine stop? With every detail revealed, the shock deepened. Experts analyzed the psychological factors at play. The young lady's history became crucial. Understanding her background helped explain the situation. Her actions were not just about the speeding violation. Mental health, past trauma, and stress factors played a key role. This story serves as a reminder. Every patrol officer faces risks we may not see. Their job is critical in maintaining public safety. It also teaches us about compassion. Understanding individuals' backgrounds can prevent tragic outcomes. Judgment must be balanced with empathy. To summarize, a simple traffic stop can have profound consequences. This tragic incident emphasizes the importance of understanding and safety. What can we learn from this? We must advocate for more comprehensive training for officers. Enhancing mental health awareness can save lives, both for officers and civilians. If you found this story insightful, share it with friends. Start conversations about officer safety and community awareness. Together, we can foster understanding and prevent tragedies. Amidst the focus on the officer's training, it's essential to remember the human aspect of both parties involved. The young lady, often reduced to her actions, had lived a life filled with unseen struggles and hardships. What is often overlooked in these discussions is the complexity of her context, shaped by experiences that led her to that moment. Each person's story is layered, and understanding can pave the way for empathy, fostering a dialogue that transcends judgment. Often, mental health issues intertwine with personal crises, pushing individuals towards harrowing decisions inflicted by despair. This tragic encounter forces us to confront the harsh realities of life's unpredictability, challenging us to reconsider how we perceive both law enforcement and those they interact with during routine stops. While the chaos of that day remains vivid, the potential for learning from it gives hope for a more compassionate future. As conversations evolve, we must also highlight the responsibility of communities in dialogue with law enforcement. Empathy cannot solely be left to the officers, it requires a collective effort to foster understanding on both sides. When community members and police can engage openly, the barriers of misunderstanding can begin to dissolve. Advocacy for mental health resources and comprehensive training for officers should resonate as mutual priorities. This partnership can lead to both parties feeling understood and supported, thereby enhancing safety for everyone. Each interaction has the potential to reshape perceptions, encouraging an environment where compassion guides responses over reflexive judgments. Ultimately, it is through collaboration that we can hope to transform these encounters into opportunities for connection and healing. As we reflect on this tragic event, it's crucial to recognize the broader implications it carries for our society. Each interaction between police and civilians holds the potential for both positive outcomes and harmful consequences. It is imperative that we advocate for systemic changes that not only prioritize officer safety but also address the underlying issues faced by individuals in distress. By fostering open communication, understanding mental health, and implementing effective training, we can work towards a future where both law enforcement and communities feel safe, respected, and valued. Together, let's strive to create a culture rooted in empathy and awareness, ultimately rewriting the narrative surrounding such encounters. The journey towards change begins with us recognizing the intricacies of these encounters. Each story deserves to be heard, not merely judged for its outcome. By sharing experiences and fostering understanding, we can work together to break down the stigmas surrounding mental health and its impacts on behavior. When we advocate for resources that support both police and individuals in crisis, we create a foundation for meaningful interactions. Through this commitment, we can aspire to build communities where compassion leads, ultimately reducing the potential for future tragedies rooted in misunderstanding. The lessons from this tragic incident should echo in our hearts and minds, guiding us forward. In closing, the story of that fateful traffic stop serves as a poignant reminder of our shared humanity and the need for deeper understanding. By embracing compassion and fostering constructive dialogues, we can pave the way for safer interactions and more resilient communities, ensuring that tragedies like this remain in the past. Have you ever paused to consider the intricacies of officer-civilian interactions? This narrative not only recounts a tragic event but also implores us to delve deeper into the complexities that shape human behavior. The fundamental question remains, how can we bridge the gap between understanding and judgment in these sometimes perilous situations? Education and advocacy for mental health awareness emerge as imperative steps toward creating a safer society. We must challenge ourselves to listen to the stories behind the statistics, fostering compassion that can lead to substantive change. Each voice matters, and every person's experiences contribute to the larger tapestry of society. As we reflect on the role of law enforcement, we must equally acknowledge the struggles faced by individuals in distress. This tragic tale ultimately inspires a collective responsibility towards a better future, reminding us that understanding can pave unexpected pathways to healing and connection. Together, let us take action to cultivate a culture where empathy prevails over fear and misunderstanding, making every interaction an opportunity for growth. As we move forward from this narrative, it's essential to remember that every encounter between police and civilians represents a broader reflection of societal dynamics. Each traffic stop is not merely a procedural interaction, it signifies the intersection of individual stories, experiences, and the pressing realities of mental health challenges. Emphasizing the significance of open dialogues, we cultivate an environment where understanding supersedes preconceived notions. Acknowledging the complexities of human behavior can lead to meaningful change, urging both law enforcement and the community to approach each interaction with an open heart and mind. Ultimately, fostering this mindset helps to redefine the framework of safety and compassion within our society. As we extend the narrative beyond this solitary event, it's crucial to explore how the community can actively participate in shaping a safer environment. Engaging in collaborative dialogues with law enforcement can bridge the chasm of misunderstanding, promoting a shared commitment to mental health awareness and support. Programs that involve community members in training exercises for officers can yield insights that might otherwise be overlooked, harnessing local knowledge to enhance officer-civilian interactions. This partnership has the potential to transform fear into familiarity, allowing for more empathetic responses during tense encounters. By championing this cooperative approach, we not only empower those in uniform but also strengthen the very fabric of our neighborhoods. Building trust in these relationships cultivates an atmosphere of safety, emphasizing that the goal is not merely compliance, but genuine connection and understanding. Hence, fostering respect and support for each person's narrative can facilitate resolution over confrontation in the face of conflict, reminding us that unity is our greatest asset in overcoming adversity. Such collaboration ensures that we don't just react in moments of crisis but rather, respond with empathy shaped by shared experiences, nurturing a community resilient against the gravity of misunderstandings and fear. Across the nation, communities are beginning to recognize the importance of these dialogues. Local initiatives promote workshops where citizens and officers engage in discussions, sharing their perspectives and building mutual respect. These collaborative efforts emphasize understanding as a critical component of public safety, allowing both groups to voice concerns and learn from each other's experiences. As these conversations gain traction, we start to see shifts in perceptions, leading to a more compassionate society where individuals feel valued, understood, and safe. Ultimately, when communities and law enforcement unite in this way, they cultivate an atmosphere of trust that serves as the foundation for lasting change, diminishing the likelihood of misunderstandings and tragedies rooted in fear. In the wake of this tragic event, communities across California began to engage in reflective dialogues around the nature of police interactions. Town halls and community meetings emerged, offering spaces where citizens and law enforcement could candidly share their experiences. The conversations focused on overcoming misconceptions and addressing fears that often accompany these encounters. Each participant brought their own narratives to the table, weaving a tapestry of shared understanding that began to dissolve the barriers of distrust. Central to these discussions was the mutual recognition that behind every badge is a human being, just as behind every circumstance of distress lies a complex web of personal stories. This shift toward open communication was a testament to the growing awareness of the need for empathy to guide future practices. As the community rallied together, they started reaching out to local mental health professionals, creating partnerships aimed at providing resources and support for officers and civilians alike. In this collaborative environment, people began realizing that transformation requires effort from both sides, officers and the community, forging bonds of trust to ensure a compassionate approach to law enforcement. Each encounter became an opportunity not just for enforcement but for understanding, fostering a sense of safety and shared humanity. As these conversations unfolded, the emotional significance of shared stories became increasingly evident. Community members began recounting their personal experiences, revealing the multifaceted nature of their interactions with law enforcement. Each narrative highlighted the importance of empathy and the impact of mental health issues, crafting a collective understanding that transcended individual grievances. This newfound connection sparked deeper discussions on how to effectively address the root causes of distress, emphasizing the necessity for support systems that cater to both police officers and civilians. By fostering a culture of mutual respect and open communication, the path toward healing and resolution began to illuminate the complexities of human relationships in these encounters. As these initiatives flourished, momentum began to build across various states, inspiring similar movements to address the need for compassion in law enforcement. Conversations shifted from mere acknowledgments of past grievances to progressive dialogues focusing on mutual understanding, respect, and proactive solutions. Officers started participating in community outreach programs, fostering relationships with residents rather than an adversarial dynamic. These interactions not only humanized their roles but also allowed community members to see law enforcement as an integral part of their lives, thus breaking down stereotypes and building trust effectively. As the dialogue continued to evolve, participants recognized the potential for each interaction to foster positive change. By sharing their stories, both officers and community members could humanize their encounters, diminishing pettiness and fear. With every discussion, barriers began to crumble, revealing the shared humanity that connects us all. Efforts became focused on joint training sessions, allowing law enforcement and civilians to engage in role-playing exercises, promoting empathy and understanding in real-time scenarios. Each workshop created a platform for mutual learning, helping to dismantle stereotypes and preconceptions that often cloud interactions. Ultimately, these meaningful experiences paved the way for a renewed commitment to collaboration, underscoring the belief that a united front can reshape our society's relationship with law enforcement, fostering a more compassionate and safer community for everyone involved. As we continue this journey toward understanding, let us embrace the lessons that emerge from the past. Engaging in these dialogues, we create not only a safer environment but also a more connected society capable of navigating challenges with compassion and wisdom. Ultimately, we can strengthen the bond between law enforcement and the communities they serve through empathy and shared narratives. In reflection, we must remember the importance of compassion and open communication, advocating for lasting change that reshapes our interactions. By fostering understanding, we can ensure that the narrative surrounding law enforcement evolves into one of unity and healing, paving the way for a brighter,